Hi, and welcome to That's Gaming DK. Today we're going to take a look at a new fantastic Kickstarter campaign that combines toys with board games. But before we go over to the campaign page and talk about it, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. It is highly appreciated. So here we are at the Kickstarter page, and the project is called Snapships Tactics Constructible Miniature Game. So sometimes when you go through all the different news in the board game and gaming community in general, you just come by a project that is so fantastic that you have to cover it and talk about it. And that is what we have found with Snapship Tactics. It combines a very popular toy line with actual board game skirmish rules so that you can play actual games with your toys. So if you don't know, Snapships is actually a toy line that produces modular spacecraft and robots that you can build yourself and modify just like you want to do. And what they've done here is actually just provide a set of rules that allows you to play actual games with your toys. So if we go down here, we can see that it's Snapship Tactics. It was funded on the first day, and it is a modular, fully customizable game where the ships can be built yourself. So here we have a picture of what the base game looks like and come with. So what we can see we're getting here is actually 2 ships and a lot of additional parts. We have a lot of cards here, some range rulers, some different missiles, another range ruler, and some cubes. And let's go through why we have all this content. So first of all, these ships are actually built of small modular pieces that allows you to build your own spacecraft. And combined with that, it actually is so that you also have cards for each of the different pieces. So when you build your ship, you have a specific set of points, and you will buy pieces and build them together visually to emulate how your ship is working. Each of these parts then give you special abilities, maneuvers, and attacks that you can do, so you have a fully customizable ship that you can battle it out against your opponent. Let's take a look at the different pledge levels. So first of all, we have the starter pledge level, which is just the base game. It gives you 90 building pieces based on 2 different main ships, you can say, with 3 different chassis, pre-built ships for each. That are the ones we're seeing here. So we have this black-red one, and we have this gray-blue one. And they can be built in 3 different configurations each, or you can build your own with all these different parts, emulating every single part that you use to build the ship by. Then you get all the part cards, and you get AI cards so that you can play the game solo. So this is for 1 to 2 players. The next pledge level is the squadron, that contains the same starter box, but also comes with an elite ship pack that gives you another 2 ships. And this also allows you to build, I think it's 3 different chassis of each of these, and it comes with stand packs. Other than the elite ship pack, you also get the scout ship pack, which is another 2 ships, allowing you for a total of 6 ships on the battlefield at the same time. So each of these chassis is unique, and the same are the different parts that you get. These are just the stands to put on top of them. And we can see here that this brings you up to 230 plus building pieces with 16 different main chassis cards that you can build upon, or predefined ships that you can play with, 71 unique parts, and 24 AI cards. The last pledge level is the fleet, that contains the starter box, the elite ships pack, scout ships pack, and a reinforcement pack, as well as stand pack and console pack. So the reinforcement pack is actually just the same 2 ships as you get in the starter pack. So that means that you will have 2 of these ships that you can build in different configurations. But it also comes with a console pack that actually allows you to battle it out in a 4 versus 4 battle. So if you want, you are able to field 8 ships with these extension, and that gives you a total of 40 plastic console sections. And as far as I understand, it is normally that you will use about 10 per ship. So this will allow you to have 4 unique ships in these plastic consoles at a time, 320 building pieces, 22 different chassis cards, 92 parts, and 32 AI cards. The last pledge level is retail, we're not gonna go over that. So the way that works, as I already said, is that you design your ship, find the different pieces, and then you put them together on your model spaceship that you can fly around the board. And then what you do is you get specific cubes, activation cubes, based on your parts. You can use these to activate the different abilities on your parts that will generate heat, which is the red cubes. And as long as there is cubes on a card, it can't be used again. And you can only replenish a given number of cubes or cool down a specific amount of heat based on your specific ship configuration. So this allows you for very different tactics based on how you build the ship. Then you maneuver around the table, do attacks, and the game is just about who can destroy the other opponent the fastest. The game plays out in about 30 to 45 minutes, and that allows you to come on and actually play a couple of games during a game night and build different ships. So when you had the first battle, you can actually go in and say, oh, this worked, this didn't work, reconfigure your ship, rebuild it, play again. So let's go over the detailed content of the different boxes. I already kind of gave you some of the information, but we have the starter box containing the Saber. It comes with 3 preset builds, have 40 building pieces. Here we have the predefined chassis card. We have the AI card for 1 versus 1, or the 11 unique part cards that you use to play that ship. The other ship is the Scarab. It has 44 building pieces, again 3 predefined chassis, 4 AI cards, and it has 10 unique parts. Then you get some exclusive building blocks pieces that you can use to modify your ship, and the associate cards. You get the heavy flight stands, the 2 plastic move tools, 3 cardboard range rulers for attack, terrain tiles that do different things. So the asteroids allows you to maneuver around missiles so they don't hit you. These ice clouds here allows you to remove more heat from your parts, etc. You get custom dice for attacks. You get the ship status tracker dials that tracks your defense and health. You have the activation cubes and heat cubes. You have disable tokens, the rule book, special ID tokens for your ship and activations, and you have the different missile tokens. Then if we go to the lead ship pack, which you can also add on later, you have the Falx with all its pieces, and you have the Wasp. And for the scout ships, you have the small Lance, which has 26 pieces, and only 2 preset configurations, not 3 as I said earlier. And you have the Locust with 27 building blocks and 2 preset. Then we have the reinforcement pack, and as it says here, these are just duplicates of the ship that comes in the core pack, nothing else. Then you can buy the card packs for different ships, and this is because, as I said, this is an already existing toy line. So if you already own some of these snap ships, you can just buy the cards for the game, and you're ready to play with your existing toys. Then we have the stand packs that come with heavy flight stands, ship status trackers, activation tokens, and status these ID tokens. We have the console packs that allows you to click together so that you can have all your ship's different cards. Then we have a deluxe playmat, which is not part of any of the pledge levels, but this gives you a rubber neoprene mat that you can play on. And I actually don't know how big a battlefield you would need for 8 ships, but I would think that you at least need 2 cardboards or 2 of these neoprene mats to play. So we have all the stretch goals, so they unlock some special decorations on the plastic parts, so it's not just plastic. They did the new AI decks, dice upgrades, decorations on other pieces, and then we haven't seen what comes for the next about 20 days. So now that we went through all the stuff on the campaign page, let's go back and take a discussion about the pledge level. What is our recommendation? I think that if you really want this game, you will probably not get enough with the starter pack, so our recommendation is the Squadron. This will give you 6 distinct ships, a lot of parts to play with, and also ensure that you can play with more than a single friend. I really don't think that the fleet is a valid option for a lot of people, primarily because you just get the 2 more, which is the same ships as the core pack, and you don't get an additional battlefield or range tools or anything. So our recommendation is the Squadron package. As I said, we looked over this and it looks like a fantastic game, and what's not to like? You have Lego-like pieces that allow you to build your own ship in a Vyshevik, what you see is what you get mode, and actually play around with them. I think this is a perfect game for 2 to 4 players, and I think that it could be interesting both as an all-out brawl or a 2 versus 2 co-op. We will definitely follow up on this project and see what other stretch goals it gets, but if you already know Snapships or you're just interested in looking more, you can go to the Kickstarter page. I will put a link in the description.